Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धु एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। नामचार्यदास ठाकुर जी की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I welcome you all to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Thank you so much for joining for this mid-morning session. This is Shivani from Master Virginia. Let us move to the next part of the session. Today's class will be given by Her Grace Cinmayi Vrajapriya Mataji on the topic of Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Madhya Khanda 28.116 to verse 131. May I know who will have joined this morning?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, Sarvari Shishra Prabhupada, Guru Maharajas, and all the assembled Vaishnavas. This is Kirti Sundari Das.
Hare Krishna, Kirti Sundari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you for joining and giving a beautiful association. All glories to your services, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, Shashra Prabhupada. This is Preeti Vilasini Devi Dasi from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much, Anjali Mataji, for that very beautiful recitation. And thank you, Shivani Mataji, for your warm welcoming.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasini Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you so much for joining and giving a beautiful association. All glories to your services, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji. Dandat pranams to you. Dandat pranams to all devotees here. Jai Srila Prabhupada. This is Sumi from Chennai, India.
Hare Krishna, Sumi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you so much for joining almost every single day. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Balavinda.
Hare Krishna, Vanita Gandharvika Mataji and Bal Vrinda. Thank you so much for joining and giving a beautiful association. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru and Gauranga. Welcome to the call. All glories to your services, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, glory to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Neetu Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you for joining every single day, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Once again, I welcome you all for Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call for this mid-morning session. Today, we are very fortunate to have Her Grace Cinmayi Vrajapriya Mataji. Before I hand over the call to Mataji, I would like to read the quote from Srila Prabhupada ji. As soon as you offer yourself to be enjoyed by Krishna as servant, according to his order, you serve. Then immediately you are in the spiritual world. If you want to remain in the spiritual world, this temple is the spiritual world. We are not living in Melbourne. This temple is not Melbourne, it is Vaikuntha. It is Vrindavan. So if you stick to this temple service, Krishna service, then you are not in the material world. Melbourne, June 25th, 1974. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are very fortunate to have Her Grace Cinmayi Vrajapriya Mataji. Mataji will be enlightening us on the Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Madhya Khanda 28.16 to verse 131. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Cinmayi Vrajapriya Mataji. So happy to have you on the call today. Thank you for giving us your valuable time and beautiful association this morning. Waiting eagerly to hear from you, Mataji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. I hand over the call to you. Please take over. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your warm welcome. Thank you, Preeti Vilasni Mataji and Kirtida Sundari Mataji, for giving me this opportunity. It is, I take this opportunity just to purify myself, not qualified to talk about the Lord at all. So thank you so much. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. I offer my respectful obeisances at the lotus feet of all the assembled Vaishnavas. Please bless me that whatever I speak for the next few moments should be totally in accord with Srila Prabhupada's words, Srila Guru Maharaj's words, and no words should come from my own mental concoction. We'll start with Mangalacharan. ॐ अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते. तप्त काञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे. पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्या प्रभो नित्यानन्दा श्री अद्वैता गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्दा. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे. मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं. हरिः ओं तत्सत्. Hare Krishna, everybody. So we are in a beautiful section where our Mahaprabhu has decided to take sannyas, and he has spoken to Shachi Mata, and then we saw the beautiful pastime of Mahaprabhu speaking to his dear Vishnupriya Mata. That was such a beautiful pastime. And now Mahaprabhu has started his journey to Khatwa. He's reached Khatwa, and the 5 associates who were supposed to be with him have also reached. They are Nityananda Prabhu, Gadadhar Pandita, Mukunda, Chandrasekhar Acharya, and Brahmananda Bharati. So these 5 personalities have come to Khatwa, and we also saw the lamentation of the devotees back home, how they realized the next morning that our Mahaprabhu has left, their dear Gauranga has left home, never to come back to Navadvip again, and they are immersed in sorrow. So now here in Khatwa, Mahaprabhu has reached Keshav Bharati, and he falls flat at the lotus feet of Keshav Bharati, and Mahaprabhu begs Keshav Bharati to be merciful on him and asks for, Mahaprabhu says, I have no desire other than to serve Krishna, so please instruct me accordingly. And after that, Mahaprabhu's body, the Supreme Lord's body, was floating in ecstasy. And all the devotees with Mukunda, they began to sing Kirtan. And in the meantime, millions and millions of people, nobody knows from where they came from. So many people gathered around this beautiful place where this pastime is about to happen. And they all were drinking this exquisite beauty of this Gauranga who was standing there. And the tears which were flowing from Mahaprabhu's eyes could not be described even by Lord Anantadeva. So this is what Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying. And this is how Prabhuji ended the class yesterday. So today we'll start with from texts 116. पाकदिया नृत्य करीते ये छूटे जाला ताहाते ये लोक स्नाना करीला सकला. As the Lord danced in a circle, his tears bathed everyone gathered around him. So our Supreme Lord is dancing and he's crying in ecstasy. And those tears are washing everybody, bathing everybody around him. So a similar pastime was exhibited by the Supreme Lord during Rath Yatra. Tomorrow is Jagannath Puri's Rath Yatra. So I thought we'll just go through this pastime again in a very short way, so that in preparation of the mood for tomorrow. So during the Rath Yatra in Jagannath Puri, this is way after Mahaprabhu has taken sannyasa, taken permission from his mother, who instructs him to go to Jagannath Puri, and he is there. And after his South India trip, he starts every year. Mahaprabhu will get his Navadvip devotees, and they will all participate in Rath Yatra. So we all know how Mahaprabhu forms various groups, 4 groups in front of the Ratha, 2 on either side, 1 in the back. And this is how they precede the devotees. And we see how Mahaprabhu, he danced in great jubilation in front of Jagannath, and he inundated all the people with waves of ecstatic love. So for some time, Mahaprabhu was doing kirtan, and he was inspiring the rest of the devotees to dance. And after that, he wanted to dance. And at that time, Swarup Damodar Goswami takes the lead of singing, and few devotees assist him. And these devotees, they run along with Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is dancing and he's jumping so fast, he's proceeding, that these devotees, they have to run and keep up pace with Mahaprabhu, and they keep singing as they are running along with him. And how does our Mahaprabhu sing? Dance. He dances, he jumps high, and he roars like a thunder, and he moves in a circle like a wheel. So this golden saffron robes, molten golden colored Mahaprabhu, when he's turning in circles and dancing, it looks like a circling firebrand. That's how it looks. And wherever Mahaprabhu is stepping, that part of earth, along with her hills and seas, so that part of Mother Earth, she's tilting. And then Mahaprabhu, suddenly he falls down with a crash and he starts rolling on the street. And how does it appear to all the people? It appears as though a golden mountain is rolling on the street. So this is how Mahaprabhu dances. And our Nityananda Prabhu, with his two arms outstretched, was running behind Mahaprabhu to catch him, to prevent him from getting hurt, from falling down. And what was our Advaitacharya doing? Advaitacharya was in total ecstasy. He was chasing these two Prabhus and he was walking behind and screaming, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So this is how our Mahaprabhu was dancing. And at that time too, Mahaprabhu's eyes were filled with tears as though syringes were kept and water was flowing. And this water was making all the people around him wet. And this water was flowing from his eyes, from his nose, and foam was coming from his mouth. And all these flowings, they appeared as though torrents of nectar is coming from the moon. And there was one very fortunate personality by his name, Shubhananda. And this Shubhananda, he knew how to relish the mellows. So when foam was coming from Mahaprabhu's mouth, this most fortunate devotee grabbed that foam and drank it, and he went into ecstatic love. So this is how our Mahaprabhu is feeling his ecstasy. And even today we are seeing similarly his dancing and his tears are bathing everyone around him. Let's move on and see what happens. Sarvaloka titila prabhura prema jale stri purushe bala vridhe hari hari bale. Thus so with tears of love of God, everyone, man and woman, young and old, all chanted Hari Hari. So everybody was in ecstasy around Mahaprabhu. क्षणे कंप क्षणे स्वेदा क्षणे मोक्ष या आछाड़ा देखिते सर्व लोके पाय भाया. One moment the Lord shivered, another moment he perspired, and the next moment he fell unconscious. All the people there became frightened to see the Lord fall on the ground. So this is our Lord exhibiting his ecstatic symptoms. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Leela is full of descriptions of the Supreme Lord in this mood. He is totally in Vipralamba Bhava, experiencing what Srimati Radharani is experiencing all the time. And he is exhibiting those symptoms, those ecstatic symptoms, and he is revealing it to his very close associates. So here in one of the purports, Srila Prabhupada explains the 10 bodily transformations resulting from separation from Krishna, which Mahaprabhu exhibits. So these bodily symptoms are Chinta, anxiety. Mahaprabhu demonstrates anxiety. Then he demonstrates wakefulness, Jagara. Udvega, mental agitation. Thanava, thinness. Mahaprabhu's body becomes very thin and it becomes very elongated. Malina Angata, uncleanliness. I don't know how the Supreme Lord can become uncleanly, but yes, Malina Angita. The Supreme Lord there is uncleanliness, one of the symptoms. Then Pralapa, mad talking. Vyadhi, disease. So at that time, they exhibit symptoms like fever. Unmada, madness. Then there is moha or illusion. And mrityu, death. So these are the 10 symptoms which Mahaprabhu exhibits from when he experiences Vipralambha from Krishna. So in regard to these, exhibiting these symptoms, there are so many beautiful pastimes. I thought we'll deal with 2 short pastimes of Mahaprabhu where he shows these beautiful symptoms bodily transformations, and how his devotees deal with him at that time. What are his devotees' mood and how they are with Mahaprabhu at this time. So this is so Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he says, no one has witnessed such bodily changes elsewhere, nor has anyone read of them in the revealed scriptures. Yet, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the supreme sannyasi, exhibited these ecstatic symptoms. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami calls Mahaprabhu Nyasi Chudamani, the crest jewel of all the sannyasis. And he says the symptoms which Mahaprabhu was exhibiting is not there in any of the Shastras. No one has described them. And then he says these ecstasies are not described even in the Shastras. They are inconceivable to common men. And in fact, that's why people in general, they prefer to not even believe in them. But then how has Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami collected these and he has given it to us is because of the mercy of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, who was living all the time with Mahaprabhu, he noted down all these things in a book called Gauranga Stava Kalpa Vriksha. Gauranga Stava Kalpa Vriksha. And that is how our Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has given these to us, which I, in my very limited mundane brain, can just read. I don't even understand these symptoms, forget enjoying reading them. I just read them, but so I'll just tell a pastime related to it. So one day, Mahaprabhu was going to the sea to take his bath, and he was being followed by a lot of his associates. Then he sees a sand dune called Chataka Parvata. And the moment he sees the sand dune, Mahaprabhu remembers Govardhana Hill. And he starts reciting a very beautiful verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. He says, Hantayam adhrir abala haridasa varyo yad Rama Krishna charana sparsha pramodaha manam tanoti sahago ganayos tayoryat paniya suyavasa khandara kandamulaihi. So Mahaprabhu starts glorifying Govardhana Hill. He says, O Govardhana, you are the best of all devotees. You are Haridasa Varya. Oh my friend, this hill supplies Krishna and Balarama, as well as their calves, cows, and cowherd friends with all kinds of necessities like water for drinking, very soft grass, caves, fruits, flowers, and vegetables. In this way, the hill offers respect to the Lord. Being touched by the lotus feet of Krishna and Balarama, Govardhana Hill appears very jubilant. So, reciting this beautiful verse, what did our Mahaprabhu do? He started running towards this Chataka Parvata in amazing speed as fast as the wind. He started running. In fact, Govinda was right behind him, and Govinda, on seeing that Mahaprabhu is running, he also starts to run, but nobody is able to catch up with Mahaprabhu. So first one devotee looks at Mahaprabhu running, shouts loudly, and starts running behind Govinda, and very soon all the devotees are running, crying Hari Bol, running behind Mahaprabhu, and our Mahaprabhu is running so fast. And who are all the devotees who are running? Swarup Damodar Goswami, Jagadanand Pandita, Gadadhar Pandita, then Ramai, Nandai, Shankar Pandita, and even Paramananda Puri, Brahmananda Bharati, they also started running. And Bhagavan Acharya, who was lame, even he was running. So this way, everybody is running behind Mahaprabhu, but they're not able to catch up with our Supreme Lord. And at that time, Mahaprabhu suddenly becomes stunned. And he, in ecstasy, he becomes stunned. He loses all his strength and he exhibits some amazing symptoms. The flesh in each of his pores of skin erupts like pimples, and from them, the bodily hairs, they start standing on the end like kadamba flowers, and blood and perspiration starts flowing incessantly from each pore of his skin. And Mahaprabhu is not able to talk. His voice gets choked and he starts just makes some noises like ga ga, ja ja. In his mind, he's always thinking of Jagannath. And Mahaprabhu's eyes are filled with tears, like Ganga and Jamuna are flowing towards the sea. That way, his eyes are filled with tears. And his beautiful body color of molten gold, it becomes like white, like conch shell. And then he begins to quiver like the waves of ocean. And as he is quivering and standing there, at that time, Govinda approaches Mahaprabhu. And Govinda, he sees Mahaprabhu like this and he starts crying. He immediately takes water from the water pot, puts it on Mahaprabhu's face. He takes his own outer garment and starts fanning Mahaprabhu. And all the devotees, they come running by then and they see Mahaprabhu's condition and they all begin to cry. Mahaprabhu is demonstrating such beautiful symptoms and he's getting into such deep ecstasies, they are not able to take it. And then the devotees, they start loudly chanting Hare Krishna. So whenever Mahaprabhu would get into these kinds of ecstasies, the only way to get him back to external consciousness was chanting. So they all started to chant loudly. And after some time, Mahaprabhu regained his consciousness and he started saying Hari, Hari. And that time, in all the 10 directions, this Hari, Hari was being heard because the devotees everywhere, they started to chant Hari along with Mahaprabhu. And then Mahaprabhu, he was very astonished. He says, oh, who brought me here? Why? Who has brought me here from Govardhana Hill? I was seeing Krishna's pastimes and now I'm not able to see. And he said, today I went to Govardhana Hill to find out if Krishna was tending cows there. And I saw Krishna, he was climbing Govardhana Hill and playing his flute. And he was surrounded everywhere by cows. And hearing his flute, Srimati Radharani comes along with all her gopi friends. And Krishna and Srimati Radharani, they enter a cave and all the gopis, they asked me to pick flowers to facilitate the pastime of Krishna and Radharani. And as I was going to pluck flowers, you people made such tumultuous sound and you brought me to this place. Now I have been separated from that pastime. Saying this, Mahaprabhu started crying. And as Mahaprabhu was crying, all the devotees, they also started to cry. And at that time, Paramananda Puri and Brahmananda Bharati, whom Mahaprabhu regards as very senior to him, they came. And at that time, looking at them, Mahaprabhu regains more of his external consciousness. And he says, oh, why have you both come here? He offers his obeisances and he asks, why have you both come so far? And then Puri Goswami says, just to see your dancing, we have come, Gauranga. And with that, Mahaprabhu, he feels very shy. And then he goes to take bath in the sea for which he had actually come. So this is one pastime. And there's one more pastime which happened in Gambhira. So Mahaprabhu was absorbed in ecstasy through day and night. And day he would somehow pass, but night he would get into such separation from Krishna. And the only solace was being offered by Swarup Damodar Goswami, who would sing so beautifully to soothe Mahaprabhu's heart. And Ramananda Raya would recite verses from Chandidasa, Vidyapati, and Gita Govinda from Jayadev Goswami. And hearing these, Mahaprabhu would also recite some verses. He would explain the verses, and this is how they would talk and pass like half the night. And when more than half the night would be passed, Swarup Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Raya would make Mahaprabhu sleep on his bed, and they would come out of the room and they would go back to their respective homes, and Govinda would lay down right at the entrance of the room. This Gambhira room had 3 doors, and Mahaprabhu would be laying down inside and he would loudly chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Govinda would be hearing that mantra and laying down outside. And one day suddenly there was no noise. Mahaprabhu stopped chanting. And Govinda became very anxious. He kind of knew what would have happened. So he sent words to Swarup Damodar Goswami and immediately went and opened the doors. So though all the three doors were closed, Mahaprabhu, he had left. He had departed. What had happened was Mahaprabhu had heard Krishna's flute and he had just left. He had gone to hear Krishna's flute and follow Krishna. And where had Mahaprabhu gone? He went to a cowshed on the southern side of Simhadwara. And there, amidst all the cows, he had fallen down unconscious. So now Swarup Damodar Goswami and Govinda and so many other devotees, they were looking everywhere for Mahaprabhu, and they finally come to the Simhadwara. They come to this particular cowshed and they see our Mahaprabhu lying there unconscious, and he's surrounded completely by cows. And how was Mahaprabhu lying? It was so amazing. Mahaprabhu's arms and legs had completely entered his trunk. And he looked just like a tortoise, like Kurma he looked. And his mouth was foaming, tears were flowing from his eyes, and he had completely lost consciousness. So like this, when Mahaprabhu was lying, immediately and all the cows there, they were licking Mahaprabhu's transcendental body. So the devotees, they didn't want this. They were pushing away the cows, but the cows were not giving up. They were getting so attracted by Mahaprabhu. They went on and on licking Mahaprabhu. And now the devotees tried so hard to wake up Mahaprabhu. They could not do it. Then Mahaprabhu was actually looking like a pumpkin. They just carried him like that and got him back to Gambhira, and they placed him in his room, and very loudly in his ears they started chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then very slowly Mahaprabhu regained his consciousness, and again he laments, he cries, "Oh Swarup Damodara, where have you brought me?" He says. Mahaprabhu, he says, "I heard the flute of Krishna and I just went to Vrindavana to see that Rajendra Nandana who was playing his flute on the pasturing grounds. He brought Srimati Radharani to a kunja, and both of them entered the kunja, and I also tried to enter the kunja because I was captivated with the sound of his ornaments, and I saw so many gopis and they were enjoying different pastimes with Krishna. They were joking, they were laughing, and I was hearing all this in my ears. And just then you people made so much of noise and you brought me back here. And now I'm not hearing that nectarian voice of Krishna. I am not hearing the sound of Krishna's flute. I am not hearing the sound of his ornaments." So this way, Mahaprabhu starts to lament again. So these are some of the beautiful pastimes revealing Mahaprabhu's ecstasy, which he showed after getting sannyasa. And so today we are in the pastime where Mahaprabhu is started to get his sannyasa. So we'll continue. अनंत ब्रह्मांड नाथा निज दास्य भावे दंते तृण करी सब स्थाने दास्य मागे. Then the Lord of unlimited universes, in the mood of his own servant, took a straw between his teeth and begged everyone for the service of Lord Krishna. Ananta Brahmanda Natha, the Lord of unlimited universes. So we'll see what Prabhupada Saraswati has said for this, commented for this. Despite being non-different from Sri Vrajendra Nandana or Swayam Rupa Krishna, the Lord of the 14 worlds, the Lord most submissively and humbly prayed for the service of Krishna and his devotees for the purpose of teaching people. So this is our Mahaprabhu is Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, Swayam Rupa Krishna. And even him being the Lord of unlimited universes is so many gradations below. Who is the Lord of unlimited universes? It is our Mahavishnu, Karanadakashayi Vishnu. He is a portion of the plenary portion of Krishna. And Mahavishnu is lying on Karana Udaka in Yoga Nidra. And just like that, when he exhales, unlimited universes come out of his skin pores, and when he inhales, they all get back. So this is absolutely not any difficulty for Mahavishnu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so much higher also. And that Mahaprabhu is putting straw between his teeth and he is begging everybody around, please give me service to Krishna. Please give me service to Krishna. And Prabhupada Saraswati is telling us this is what Mahaprabhu is doing to teach us. He is being the Acharya, he is being the Jagat Guru, and he is teaching us. So we see Lord Krishna exhibits humility in various of his pastimes. When he comes as Mahaprabhu, there is always humility in Mahaprabhu's pastimes. And we know when devotees acknowledge Mahaprabhu as Supreme Lord, Mahaprabhu puts hands on his ears and tells Vishnu, Vishnu, and he runs away from that place. And we know how Mahaprabhu was standing near that Garuda Dvaja and Garuda Stamba, and how that old Orion lady comes and in her eagerness to see Jagannath, she just climbs on Mahaprabhu. And Govinda comes and admonishes her. And Mahaprabhu says, no, I wish I had that kind of bhakti, he says. So this is our Mahaprabhu. And we also know how Mahaprabhu uses his humility to convert all those Mayavad sannyasis from whose leader was Prakashananda Saraswati from Varanasi, how he converted them using his humility. So yesterday also Prabhuji touched this topic, and yesterday evening also Kirtidam Sundari Mataji talked about this. But I'll just tell this pastime in a very, very short way. So how Mahaprabhu was going to Vrindavan, and on the way he stopped at Varanasi, which is filled with Mayavad sannyasis, and he stayed at the house of Chandrasekhara, and there was Tapana Mishra, and there was also one Maharashtrian Brahmana, and also I think there was one more personality who would sing with Mahaprabhu, who would do kirtan. I don't remember that person's name now. And but all these Mayavad sannyasis, they would blaspheme Mahaprabhu so much. They would say, oh, this Krishna Chaitanya, he is an illiterate sannyasi. He doesn't take interest in study of Vedanta. He is always engaging in some chanting and dancing. He is a sentimentalist. He is always surrounded by sentimentalists. So this way they were saying. So that's what Mayavads generally call devotees, sentimentalists. That's why we are instructed by our Guru Maharajas to read Srila Prabhupada's books very studiously, to study Srila Prabhupada's books so that we understand the philosophy and then practice bhakti nicely. Otherwise, there is a very good chance we can become a sentimentalist, because when we don't know what we are doing, why we are doing what we are doing, then there is a good chance. But calling Mahaprabhu that he is guided by sentiment was a big offense which these Mayavad sannyasis were doing. But still, Mahaprabhu was not caring. But the devotee's heart was filled with sorrow that such blasphemy is going on around, and they are also supposed to live in the same town. So taking compassion on them, Mahaprabhu agrees to change all these Mayavad sannyasis. So this Maharashtrian Brahmana, he thinks the moment these Mayavad sannyasis, they just look at the characteristics of Mahaprabhu, that is enough. Just looking at the characteristics of Mahaprabhu, they will understand that Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord himself, and they will all become devotees. So with this intention, this Brahmana, he invites all the Mayavad sannyasis to his house for lunch, and he also begs Mahaprabhu to come. So Mahaprabhu, taking compassion on all of them, he comes, and we know that beautiful pastime where Mahaprabhu washes his lotus feet and sits right there. Sits right there where he washed his lotus feet. and he exhibits his mystic opulence of effulgence. So these Mayavads, they are attracted to effulgence of the Supreme Lord. They are attracted to the Brahma Jyoti. So Mahaprabhu exhibits that, and then all their minds get attracted. They all stand up, and Prakashananda Saraswati comes out and he asks Mahaprabhu, "Oh, why are you sitting at this unclean place?" And Mahaprabhu, again exhibiting his humility, he says, "Oh, I am an inferior sannyasi. I can't come and sit with all of you." So then Prakashananda Saraswati himself, by his hand, he takes Mahaprabhu, gives him a nice asan, and there is a beautiful discussion. Mahaprabhu clears all their questions. So verse after verse, Mahaprabhu goes through Vedanta Sutra and explains to them how Shankaracharya has given Shankaracharya's interpretations are wrong, and he gives direct meanings to these Brahma Sutras, and he explains, and he convinces everybody. And also Mahaprabhu, before starting the explanations on Vedanta Sutra, of course, he glorifies the holy name, how he says his spiritual master has called him a fool and given him just the holy name. And also Mahaprabhu talks how love of Godhead is the Panchama Purushartha. So with this way, Mahaprabhu, using his humility, he converted all those sannyasis into devotees, and their minds were so attracted to Mahaprabhu after that. So this was something to talk about Mahaprabhu's humility. We'll see how the millions and millions of people who have accumulated now in Khatwa, they are seeing the Lord's humility and what is going on in their heart. We will see now. So से कारुण्य देखिया कांदेय सर्वलोका संन्यासा शुनिय सबे भावे महशोका. On seeing the Lord's humility and on hearing that he was about to take sannyasa, everyone cried in grief. They could not control their grief. These are people who didn't even know who was Mahaprabhu. They are just coming, but they are seeing that beautiful Supreme Lord, and they are seeing what is going to do now, and they are not able to contain their grief. के मने धरी बे प्राणा इहर जननी आजिताने पोहाइला की काला रजनी. How will his mother survive? What a terrible night she must have passed. We have gone through this in detail, how Shachimata spent that night in utmost agony, right? How she tried to convince her son, but her son did not get convinced with her words. And she was sitting like a rock when her son left. After that, she had no emotions left. She was just sitting there. So there is this pastime is described by Srila Gurudev in his Gauranga book in a very, very beautiful way. I will just read this one paragraph where Mother Shachi is talked about. So one night he escaped, our Gauranga escaped with 5 devotees, and in the middle of the night, somehow his mother discovered that he was gone. She looked everywhere for him. She was calling out, Nimai, Nimai, Kothai. In Bengali, Kothai means where. So she was calling out, Where are you, Nimai? Where are you? Where are you? She ran out into the fields looking for him, crying. There is a village she came along the way, where she was so mad in her separation of her divine son that she was just calling over and over, Where is my Nimai? Where is my Nimai? But it was in the middle of the night and there was no response. She collapsed on the ground crying and criticized the village, calling it Nirdoy. Doy means mercy. So Nirdoy means no mercy. Since that time, the village is known as Nirdoy, now shortened to Nidoy. It always gets hit by the flood first. They had no mercy on Mother Shachi, so they're still paying the karma. So this is how Mother Shachi spent that night. We'll move further and see what else these people are lamenting. Kona punyavati hena Paileka nidhi kumbha daruna doshe harileka vidhi. What pious activity has his wife performed to obtain him as her husband? And by what misfortune has she lost him? This is what they are wondering. We will see what Prabhupada Saraswati comments on this. Referring to Vishnu Priya, thoughtful people noted that she had achieved great fortune by attaining Sri Gaurasundara as her husband. But when they came to know that Gaurasundara was about to take sannyasa, they wondered what kind of offense Vishnu Priya Devi has committed so that Providence was taking away her achieved treasure. We know Vishnu Priya is the goddess of fortune herself. There is no piety or impiety or misfortune for her. And we also saw that beautiful pastime where Mahaprabhu promises Mother Vishnu Priya that whenever you think about me, I will be with you. So there is no misfortune for that great pious lady, great mother, Vishnu Priya. But of course, she is also in deep separation from the Supreme Lord, from her Prananatha. She is also in utmost separation. Amasabakara prana vidareshu nite bharya vajananani pranadhari beke mate. How will his mother and wife survive when even our hearts are broken? That's what they're lamenting. How will they survive? We ourselves are so broken down. This is their agony. Ei mata nari gana dukha bhavi khande padi kande sarva jiva chaitanyera phande. In this way, the ladies cried in distress. All the living entities fallen in the trap of Sri Chaitanya cried piteously. So the ladies, they were looking at that exquisite beauty of Gauranga, our Gaura Sundara, our Gaura Nataraja. They were captivated. They had fallen into the trap of this Gaura Sundara, but they were feeling very sad that this Gaura Sundara is going to renounce everything now, and they could not hold it anymore. They were crying. The ladies were crying in distress. क्षणेका संवरी नृत्या वैसे विश्वंभरा वसीलेन चतुर्दिके सब अनुचरा. After some time, Sri Vishwambhara controlled himself and sat down surrounded by his associates. So he exhibited all those beautiful ecstatic symptoms. He danced, he sang, and now he is controlling himself because things have to be done. So he sits with his associates. देखिया प्रभुर भक्ति केशव भारती आनंद सागरे मग्न हई करे स्तुति. Now this is Keshav Bharati who's sitting there, who's seeing all these things of Mahaprabhu. And how was his mood? He was absorbed in an ocean of bliss on seeing the devotional sentiments displayed by the Supreme Lord. He therefore offered his prayers to the Lord. এই ভক্তি তোমারা আমি দেখিলে নয়নে ये शक्ति अन्येरा nahi ईश्वरे रवीने. The devotion that I have seen today with my eyes is not found in anyone other than the Supreme Lord himself. The Supreme Lord is complete. Everything is full in him. So even the devotion is full in him. That's what Keshav Bharati is saying. I can't see this kind of devotion in anybody else. So you are the Supreme Lord himself. Then Keshav Bharati Maharaj says, Tumi se jagat guru janila nishchaya tomara guru ra yogya kehe kabhunaya. I have clearly understood that you are the spiritual master of the entire world. Therefore, no one is qualified to become your guru. So Keshav Bharati is looking at all these symptoms of Mahaprabhu and he's saying, you are the Supreme Lord himself and you are the Jagat Guru. How can anybody become your spiritual master? He's asking the Supreme Lord. This is a beautiful commentary by Prabhupada Saraswati. I will read it very slowly so that we can all understand what Prabhupada Saraswati is saying. We will, at the end, Prabhupada Saraswati's humility is exhibited here. So It just touched my heart, this purport. The spiritual master with a number of disciples and the spiritual master with one disciple. Both accept disciples after carefully testing their respective qualifications and completely rejecting fallen souls like us. But one who sees the Supreme Lord within all living entities and who therefore considers himself the disciple of everyone can become Jagat Guru, the spiritual master of the entire world. So Prabhupada Saraswati is saying, generally a spiritual master will test his disciple for qualifications. But a Jagat Guru will see the Supreme Lord in all the living entities, and that Jagat Guru will also consider himself the disciple of everyone. So only such a person can become a Jagat Guru. Gaurasundara's bhajana pranali or method of worship includes constantly worshipping Krishna while becoming more humble than the straw on the street, more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and ready to offer all respect to others. Trinadapi shunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadina kirtaniya sadaharihi. Since he taught such internally and externally non-duplicious worship, he is certainly the all-worshipable Vrajendra Nandana and the actual Jagat Guru. Since Mahaprabhu taught non-duplicious worship both internally and externally through us, therefore he is the actual Jagat Guru. This is the statement by Prabhupada Saraswati. Now, Prabhupada Saraswati says something which will touch all our hearts. He says, those who are servants of Sri Chaitanya are also Jagat Gurus because one of them has even accepted a most fallen, atheistic person like me as his servant and given me the opportunity to serve him. And I am not outside of this world. Unless one possesses actual humility befitting a Vaishnava, one can never act as a Guru. Keshav Bharati was decorated with qualities befitting a Vaishnava. So this is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's humility. We know Prabhupada Saraswati would, whenever anybody would offer him respect, he would in turn say Dasosmi. He would bend and he would also say Dasosmi. So this particular statement I took from a magazine, Harmonist. Harmonist was originally in Bengali, as it was printed by Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur as Sri Sajjana Toshani. So this is a much later one edition which came. This is 2018. I just want to read this one sentence. The exact meaning of Dasosmi is what? This article was written by Sridhara Deva Goswami, and it is said, Dasosmi, I am your servant. I am your servant. What does it actually mean? It means I want to cleanse the temple in your heart. So that is the mood of our Guru Vargas. All our Guru Maharajas, the mood is when they see a fallen jiva, they want to cleanse the temple of the heart of that jiva. Why? Because then that jiva can somehow situate Krishna and start his journey. So a guru actually cleanses the heart of his disciple so that Krishna can then sit there in his throne. So this is the duty of a servant. So this is the mood of a guru. So this is what Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada is also exhibiting humility here, following the footpath of Mahaprabhu's humility. And then talking about Prabhupada Saraswati, we cannot stop there. We have to talk a little about our Srila Prabhupada's humility. Just a very short, I'll read a very short paragraph from one of the letters written by Srila Prabhupada to, on January 14th, 1970, this letter was written. Actually, I am not worthy of any of the words spoken by you, but all of them are due to my spiritual master who was so kind to me. In fact, I am a worthless person because my spiritual master ordered me to take up this work in 1922, but I did not carry his order until 1958 when I was obliged to carry out his order by his arrangement only. See how Prabhupada, our dear Srila Prabhupada, transfers all the credit to his Guru Maharaj. This means, although I was not very enthusiastic to carry out his order, he forced me circumstantially to accept it. So this is his special mercy upon me. And I always think about this with gratitude to this exalted personality coming directly from Vaikuntha world. And we had the great fortune to meet him. Prabhupada Saraswati, in his commentary, he says, I am very much not outside of this world, whereas his disciple is saying, correcting it and saying, my Guru Maharaj came directly from the Vaikuntha world. We have heard this many times. He's a Vaikuntha man, Prabhupada would say. And I think this is the only credit on our part that we happened to meet him by some Ajnata Sukriti or unknown auspicious activities. He is so kind upon me that when I came to your country, where I was completely unknown, he sent to me some good souls like you, unsolicited. So I accept you all as assistants or representatives of my Guru Maharaja, who is still helping me because I am so feeble and unworthy. So this is our Prabhupada's mode of exhibiting humility. We'll continue as few verses very quickly. तबे तुमी लोक शिक्षा निमित्त कारणे करीबा आमारे गुरु हेनलय माने. Yet I think that to teach people in general, you will accept me as your guru. Prabhupada Saraswati's commentary. Keshav Bharati said to Mahaprabhu, I can understand that you are honoring the process of accepting a guru to teach people. In reply to this, Mahaprabhu said, please do not deceive me by your illusory words. Take away the reactions of my pious and impious activities by awarding me transcendental knowledge so that I may become a servant of Krishna. So this is the mood of our Mahaprabhu. प्रभु बले माया मोरे न करे प्रकाश हे न दीक्षा देह ये न haya Krishna dasa. The Lord said, please do not deceive me, give me initiation so that I may become a servant of Lord Shri Krishna. Ei mata Krishna katha ananda prasange vanchilena se nisha thakura sabasange. Speaking in this way, the Lord passed that night with everyone engaged in the happiness of Krishna Katha. So with this, we end today's verses. Will you all be okay to listen to, this is just two sides of the page of Gauranga book, where Srila Guru Maharaj has written about the sannyasa. This pastime we will see later. If it's okay, I will read Mataji's, otherwise we can stop here.
Yes, Mataji, we
Please go ahead, Mataji.
I'll just read very quickly. I'll read from in the middle. The topic is Gauranga's renunciation. The Lord accepts the renounced order is the topic. In that, I read about Shachi Mata. So this comes a little later. Guru Maharaj is talking about Caitanya Dasa, who is the father of Srinivasa Acharya. So Caitanya Dasa asked what everybody was doing and what was the big festival. And the townspeople said, Lord Gauranga is here. So basically this Caitanya Dasa was going to Navadvip to meet Mahaprabhu. And on the way, he comes to Khatwa. Khatwa is 45 minutes north of Navadvipa. So when Caitanya Dasa comes to Khatwa, he sees a huge group there, group of people. And this is how this passage starts. So Caitanya Dasa asked what everybody was doing. What was the big festival? And the townspeople said, Lord Gauranga is here. He has come here to take sannyasa in the ashram of Keshav Bharati. So then he went to the ashram of Keshav Bharati, and as he got closer and closer, he could hear there was a huge kirtana. Everybody was dancing and chanting. Lord Chaitanya was chanting, and tears were coming out from his eyes like water from a syringe. He was chanting with so much love, so much devotion, that his tears came out shooting and were wetting everybody, what we read today. Somehow, Chaitanya Dasa, who was at that time known as Gangopadhyaya, got to the very front of the row and he could see the whole thing. Lord Chaitanya was dancing, still wearing his grihastha clothes. He was spinning and dancing around and around. Then Lord Chaitanya stopped the kirtana and said, "It's time to go forward with the ceremony. Call the barber to cut my hair." The barber came to cut his hair. Of course, they didn't have safety razors at that time. They shaved it all at once with a big blade. So, as soon as he went to shave the hair of Lord Chaitanya, all the devotees said, "No, no, no, not the beautiful locks, the beautiful hair of Lord Chaitanya. I can't bear to see the razor cut the Lord's long, beautiful hair." All the people were crying like this. So the barber said, "No, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry." Then Lord Chaitanya said, "Listen, I came to take sannyasa, so I have to shave my hair. And you are a barber, so it is your duty to do it. I am giving you the order to do it. So if it is an offense, I take all the responsibility. You take no offense. But not doing your duty is an offense. So do your duty and cut my hair." This is Mahaprabhu instructing the barber. So with that kind of heavy command, the barber started to cut. But as soon as he touched Lord Chaitanya, the Lord's prema, love of God, entered his heart. His heart melted and he became filled with love of Krishna. So he was shaking in love of God and tears were pouring from his eyes. He couldn't see. He was trying to shave, but his eyes were blurring and his hands were shaking. It became so difficult to shave the hair. It was like climbing a mountain. He had never experienced such a situation before. With great care, he finally shaved off all the hair of Lord Chaitanya. When he finished the job, he just fell down on the hair in ecstasy and stayed there continually crying in ecstasy. There was a picture that somebody painted of this barber crying his heart out, lying on top of the cut hair of Lord Chaitanya. By doing this one service, the barber became a great saint. He never stopped chanting Hare Krishna. After cutting Lord Chaitanya's hair, he never cut anybody's hair again. That one service was enough for his whole life. He was already a pure devotee. His samadhi is next to Keshav Bharati's samadhi. Lord Chaitanya then went to the Ganges, took his bath, and then received his sannyasa cloth from Keshava Bharati. He went, put on the cloth, and then asked Keshav Bharati, "Which mantra are you going to give me? Is this the one?" Then Lord Chaitanya whispered the Vaishnava sannyasa mantra in the ear of Keshav Bharati and asked, "Is this the mantra?" In this way, he initiated Keshava Bharati. Then Keshava Bharati initiated Lord Chaitanya with the mantra he had just received from the Lord. Then he gave the new name. "Your name is Sri Krishna Chaitanya." So this Gangopadhyaya was sitting in the first row, and after hearing this and seeing the ceremony, for months and months he was chanting Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. And that's why he became known as Caitanya Dasa. Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you all for listening patiently. I must have done a lot of mistakes. Please correct all my mistakes and please share your realizations. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances, Chinmayi Vrajapriya Mataji. Thank you so much for a very beautiful, very nectarine class. You started the class as the Lord danced, his tears washed everyone. Then you beautifully spoke about the Jagannath Rath Yatra, how our Mahaprabhu danced by circling and jumping, and how he fell down. He looked like a molten gold mountain. Then you spoke about the fortunate Subhananda who was so fortunate that drank the foam coming out of Mahaprabhu's mouth, and then everyone was chanting Hari, Hari, Hari. Then you very beautifully spoke about Kaviraj Goswami, and you spoke about the 10 symptoms that Mahaprabhu exhibited, which are not to be found in any Shastras. Then you shared a pastime of Mahaprabhu in which Mahaprabhu glorified Govardhan Hill. You spoke about the Chakta, what was that, Mataji? About the
Chataka Parvat.
yes. The Chatak Parvat that Mahaprabhu started running towards, and everybody's running after him. But of course, that's our Mahaprabhu running, so nobody can catch up to him. Then, then Govinda saw Mahaprabhu showing exotic symptoms, and how just seeing that he started crying, and all the associates started crying and started chanting loudly the holy name. Then you shared the pastime in Gambhira, how Mahaprabhu was always in ecstasies. Then you also spoke about the house, how the house had 3 doors, and Govinda was, guarding, but still Mahaprabhu somehow, one way or the other, found out and escaped. And then he was found in the beautiful cow shed where the cows were licking him so love, with so much love, and how his body was found like a pumpkin, formed in a pumpkin, and there was foam coming out of his mouth. So beautifully and so enthusiastically, Mataji, you explained the pastime for Mahaprabhu exhibiting so many ecstasies after taking sannyas. And very, very beautiful nectarian class, Mataji, indeed. And then you also spoke about, you shared the pastime from the Guru Maharajji's book. And it really touched me, the pastime of Sachi Mata. How in the middle of the night she's going out calling for Mahaprabhu, and she just became like a rock when he left. Myself being a mother of 2, can't even imagine what she went through. I mean, so difficult. Just like you have to put a rock on your hand, on your heart to go through something like that.
And she's his eternal mother. We are all just mundane. This
Yes,
one we are doing
indeed.
so. She is the eternal mother to the Supreme Lord.
Yes, indeed.
How much of lamentation she would have gone through.
Yes, can't imagine. Very, very beautiful class. So grateful to you, Mataji. With so much enthusiasm you speak, and it's like I was just glued to the class, like every second. Thank you so much, dear devotees. If you have any questions or realizations, please go ahead and share.
Thank you,
Shivani
Shivani
Mataji.
Mataji. I just want to say one
Sorry.
second. Thank you, Shivani Mataji, and I am really, really humbled by the way you take notes. I don't take notes for any class. I have to learn it from you, Mataji. Thank you so much, and thank you for giving that beautiful summary. Thank you, Mataji. Sorry, Mataji, I interrupted you.
Mataji's blessed me that I can do this for every class. I'm very, very grateful to you. Sorry, Kirtidasuri Mataji, please unmute yourself. Sorry about that.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Shivani Mataji. First of all, my thanks to Shivani Mataji, as Cinmayi Vrajapriya Mataji said, for making such beautiful notes and summarizing the entire class so nicely. Thank you so much, Shivani Mataji, for all your services. Thank you so much, Cinmayi Mataji. It was such a heart-touching class. Definitely, I'll not take much of your time because Shivani Mataji already summarized the key points that even touched my heart. But I can't resist myself in talking about the last part that you read. Oh, Krishna, Chaitanya, it's so heart-touching. I can't even, I was just imagining that how everybody would be feeling that Mahaprabhu is shaving off his head. Because definitely I have no experience, but from my own experience, what I would like to share is that I do have Nitai Nadia Bihari deities at my home. But sometimes I would love to put turbans on them. And for turbans, I make turbans with the cloth. And with the hairs, it's so difficult because the hair slips. So once I tried, removed the hair and tied the turban. The turban came perfect, but without hairs, Mahaprabhu and Nityananda, they both were looking so incomplete.
Mm.
So again, I took off the turbans and I said, no, even if the turban is not fixed properly, it's okay, but I need to put hairs. I cannot even imagine my deities seeing them without hairs. And there, devotees were seeing Mahaprabhu shaving off his head. It might have been such a painful thing, and especially for the barber, as you said, that as soon as he touched Mahaprabhu, he got Krishna Prem. And after that, he has to do this act. And Mahaprabhu is guiding him that you should do your prescribed duty, so-called. I don't know why Krishna put his devotees in such a situation where the devotees don't want to do certain things because for them it is so much, it's not good for them to do it, but because it pleases Krishna, the devotees have to do it. And then Krishna also brings all kinds of philosophy. But anyways, I just want to share that it's such a heart-touching pastime, Mataji. Definitely, it would have been so difficult for the devotees there to see and see Mahaprabhu shaving off his head and wearing sannyas robe, giving up all his ornaments, all his jewelry. And of course, the wonderful part that how Mahaprabhu first initiated Keshava Bharati and then took initiation. So wonderful. All glories to you and all glories to His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj for writing this wonderful Gauranga book, which at least I relish a lot. So thank you, Mataji. Thank you for all your glorious services. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. There is so much bhakti in you, Mataji. Like as you were talking about your deities, I was thinking my service to my deities is so minimal, so minimal. And like even dressing them, as you were talking, there was so much of emotions in you, Mataji. I have to learn from each
No,
one of
Mataji, my deity worship is also very minimal. It's not that I dress them daily, but
No, it's not. If you say minimal, I don't know where I should go. Thank you. Thank
Mataji, Kirtina Mataji. If you say that, we have to go somewhere now.
no, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Please bless me, Mataji, that I get that mood too. And somehow I should serve Srila Guru Maharaj and serve Gauranga Nityananda. Thank you, Mataji.
You all need to bless me so that I can continue my services. I need more.
Mataji, you're somewhere, Mataji. It will definitely pray, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kirtana Sundari Mataji, for your beautiful realizations. Please bless me, Mataji. Preeti Vyasani Mataji, please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. It's my great fortune to be associated with one Mataji who has so much emotions and such sweet love for her deity. One Mataji who listens so attentively and takes perfect notes and is able to succinctly present it. And another Mataji who is narrating these pastimes with so much love and affection, melting everybody's hearts. And all the other Mataji watching with open eyes and open mouth.
Gauranga.
Yes, it's beautiful. Thank you all so much. And the class was very beautiful. All the pastimes were very clear and nicely said, and it went straight to the heart. Of course, the pastime of him manifesting ecstasy is like sitting in that cow shed and during the Rath Yatra and so on. All the pastimes you mentioned were very nice. When you were talking about the bar, I'm glad you read that final thing from Guru Maharaj's book. And I also liked how he said, "Oh, is this the mantra? Is this the mantra?" And I like the way Maharaj says that. Yeah. And so basically, Mahaprabhu told him and he told it back. That was the idea, like how exactly it happened during his Harinam Dikshavatishwar Puri, right? Yeah. Very nice. Very, very nice. And the barber story is definitely so heart touching. And I was also thinking about how that hair. So did you say that it was very difficult tough to shave off the hair? Meaning, like you said,
He was so much in ecstasy. That's what Guru Maharaj says. His hands were trembling and his eyes were getting clouded by tears. So he couldn't see properly, but still he did it.
I see. Okay, because I was wondering, isn't Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's hair very soft? So it should be quick. But then I understand you're telling that he was
He was in
so
ecstasy. It became so difficult to shave. It was like climbing a mountain. For him, it was difficult.
Yeah, I also like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's purpose when he was talking about real humility and Jagat Guru, right? There is this saying that when we say Jagat Guru, there are two meanings to Jagat Guru. Is it called as it's a variety of samas in Sanskrit. So it means two things. One is he is the guru for the entire world, and the other is that the entire world is his guru. So the entire world becomes his guru, which means that is similar to what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is writing, that he considers everybody to be his guru. So Jagat Guru.
Everybody's disciple, yes.
Yes, exactly. He is the disciple of everybody because everybody is his guru. So Jagat Guru means not only is he the guru of everyone, but everybody is his guru. The Jagat is his guru. So
that's his mood. That's why he becomes Jagat Guru. Because his mood is that. That's why he can become guru to anybody.
Yeah, and also the point that you mentioned earlier in the talk that just by sentiment, one cannot stay in Krishna consciousness for too long if you're just driven by sentiment. If you're just, a bunch of emotional people getting whatever. But we have to be very grounded in scriptures, otherwise it will not stay for too long because one heavy wave, we are gone, right? That is actually a very nice learning point from today's class. Thank you so much, Mataji, and the class was excellently delivered. Thank you so much. Haribol.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Praise Rasi Mataji, for sharing your beautiful realizations. I would like to read the chat messages, Mataji.
Mataji, one more Mataji's raised her hand. Maya Tanna Mataji.
Yeah, please unmute yourself, Maya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dana Mataji. I'm very glad I'm from Mumbai. I'm very glad I'm able to join the group. I don't know how somewhere I got joint connection with all of you. From the time I'm attending the lectures is just amazing. All of you, each and everybody is, keeping me bound to with you all. And I pray to God that I continue in your association. Thank you very much, all of you, Mataji. I just wanted to ask you, Mataji, you were reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita about the Gambhira, and before that also you spoke something about the story. Can you just let me know from which canto it is and what verses they are?
Antya Leela, chapter 14 is the Chataka Parvata pastime, Mataji.
Okay.
Chataka Parvata pastime starts from text 84. Antya Leela, 14th chapter, text 84, Chataka Parvata pastime starts.
Okay, Mataji.
And the other one, where the Lord becomes like Kurma, that is 17th chapter.
Okay, Mataji.
In the beginning of the chapter itself, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami talks about it, about that particular thing. You can read from text 10 maybe, Mataji. 9 or 10.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you. Thank you. And we
Thank
are
you for
glad to have you in Bhakti Sangha, Mataji. Bhakti Sangha is life air for so many of us. Without Bhakti Sangha, I wouldn't have gone anywhere in Krishna consciousness. So please stay here, Mataji. We'll all hold each other's
even
hand.
I feel the same thing. I'm from India, but I don't know any one of you, but I relish each and every class. Even Srimad Bhagavatam, I wait for, here it is 10 o'clock at present, but then also I don't miss any classes. I say it is important for me and I love this class. Amazing it is. The way you express yourself, the way you all talk, it is not only one. Everybody everybody has got their own emotions, as if, they're speaking from their heart. It is coming out as if, I'm feeling that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there in front of me and all this Leela is happening in front of me. Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam to all of you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mata. Thank you, Mataji. All glories to Bhakti Sangha.
Thank you, Maya Mataji, for sharing your beautiful realizations. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha. I would like to
Coordinators, they take a lot of effort, Mataji, in getting the speakers. It's not easy. They put a lot of effort. And someone like me, an insignificant person, Mataji trains me personally to talk, Mataji. Otherwise, I'm a nobody. So they put a lot of effort. So stay, Mataji. Stay with Bhakti Sangha.
That is your humility speaking, Mataji. Janmay Vrajapriya
That's the
Mataji.
truth, Mataji. That's the truth. If I don't run it by Her Grace Priti Vilasni Mataji, I don't think I have any confidence to talk. So yes.
It's an exaggeration, Mataji. We know the truth.
Hari Bol. Anjali Mataji is saying, Hare Krishna, Dharma Pranam Mataji. So happy to see you, Mataji. Your voice is so sweet. Hare Krishna. Vrinda Gopika Mataji is saying, Koti Koti Dharma Pranam to Her Grace Chinmay Vrajapriya Mataji. Jai Nityananda, Jai Gauranga, Hari Bol. And Ananta Koti Vaishnava, sorry. And Yashamati Mataji is saying, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dharma Pranams. Thank you so much for this heart-touching pastime class. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you and your wonderful services. So grateful to you. Hari Bol. And Revati Mataji saying, Dharma Pranams. Thank you so much for this beautiful class.
Thank you, Revati Mataji.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, once again, if there are no more questions or realizations, I would like
Mataji,
to...
I think Vinita Mataji wants to say something.
Go ahead, Vanita.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Balavinda. I really liked your class, Mataji. The pastimes was really ecstatic, Mataji. I could see it like everybody else said, Mataji, the Leela, I could see it.
Oh my God, such a tiny kid and you're seeing the pastimes. Oh my God, you are such an elevated soul, Vrinda. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Karna.
You are describing it like that, Mataji. That's why she was able to.
No, she is
Thank you.
really good, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji, for the beautiful class. Very grateful to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vanita Gandharvika Mataji. Thank you for all your services. Thank you for all your help.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If there are no more realizations or questions, I would like to thank Her Grace, Chinmay Vrajapriya Mataji, for her valuable time and association this morning. As everybody said, thank you for an excellent class, Mataji. Very, very grateful to you and looking forward to more classes from you in the near future. I would like to pay my obeisances to Her Grace Vrajapriya Mataji and all the assembled devotees. Do I have your permission to close the call, Mataji? Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavyo namo namah. Shri Chaitanya Bhagavad ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavind ki jai. Her Grace Chinmay Vrajapriya Mataji ki jai.
Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Mataji.
Mataji, Koti Koti Dandavat
Very,
Pranam.
very wonderful class.
Jai Srila Prabhupada. Fresh to heart class, Mataji.